नमस्कार दोस्तों. The preamble to the Constitution of India mentions about the goals and aspirations of the Indian public. It mentions justice, social, economic, political as an important cornerstone to be achieved. Along with justice, it talks about liberty, equality and fraternity also. But in this video, we are going to study about social, economic and political justice. The different facets of the justice which needs to be implemented in this country and is an important goal and aspiration of the state in India. Welcome to Shri Ram's IAS UPSC Prep channel. Welcome to this series of Indian polity through mind maps. Let's begin our lecture. Now, before I start, I would like to tell you about the one-to-one free mentorship of Shri Ram's IAS. If you have any confusion, any doubt in your study, you can approach our expert mentors. The only thing you have to do is to go to the description of this video, click the link where you will find the link and fill the form. We are going to approach you. Moving forward. Justice, social, economic and political. दोस्तों ये प्रियम्बल में दिया हुआ है. दिस इज वन ऑफ द इम्पॉर्टेंट एस्पिरेशन, इम्पॉर्टेंट गोल टू बी अचीव्ड इन द इंडियन सोसाइटी. तो सबसे पहले वी विल टेक सोशल जस्टिस. इट इज एक्सप्लिसिटली मेंशन्ड एंड इट्स अ एक्सप्लिसिट गोल. अब ऑल द थिंग्स विच आर रिटन इन द प्रियम्बल ऑफ द कंट्री, अब ये सब लिख ही नहीं दिया गया है. कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के प्रियम्बल में ये सिर्फ लिखा नहीं है, बट इसको अचीव करने के लिए देर आर प्रोविजंस इन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑल्सो. सो देर आर प्रोविजंस टू अचीव सोशल जस्टिस इन द इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑल्सो. नाउ they are given in the fundamental duties, they are given in the fundamental rights, they are mentioned under the directive principles of state policy. At times the Supreme Court has also said something about it. The 73rd and the 74th Amendment Act also somewhere carries the weight of social justice on their shoulder. So let's see them one by one. अगर आप डायरेक्टिव प्रिंसिपल ऑफ स्टेट पॉलिसी की तरफ देखें, आर्टिकल 38 ऑफ द इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन टॉक्स अबाउट एस्टेब्लिशमेंट ऑफ अ सोशल ऑर्डर. नाउ दिस सोशल ऑर्डर हैज टू बी ऑफ द वेलफेयरिस्टिक नेचर. और वेलफेयरिस्टिक नेचर के सोशल ऑर्डर को इंप्लीमेंट करने के लिए आपको इनइक्वालिटी को हटाना पड़ेगा. तो इनइक्वालिटी को हटाने के लिए आपको किस प्रकार की इनइक्वालिटी? ऑफ स्टेटस, ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटी. इनमें जो भी इनइक्वालिटीज हैं आपको रिमूव करना पड़ेंगी एंड देन ओनली सोशल जस्टिस कैन बी एस्टैब्लिश्ड. आर्टिकल 38 अ कॉर्नर स्टोन ऑफ डायरेक्टिव प्रिंसिपल ऑफ स्टेट पॉलिसी एंड हाउ द पॉलिसीज कैन बी मेड इन द कंट्री. आर्टिकल 46 explicitly talks about the education and economic welfare of the scheduled caste, economic and educational welfare of the scheduled caste, scheduled tribes and other backward classes. In general वो बोलते हैं कि जो backward section of the society है उनके economic interest को, उनके educational interest को देखना होगा state को. But specifically it talks about the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and OBC, their economic interest and their educational interest. Or until and unless these two articles 38 and 46 are followed, सोशल जस्टिस कैन नॉट बी मेंटेन्ड इन द कंट्री. ठीक है दोस्तों, अब आप इन आर्टिकल्स के मेंशन आगे भी पाएंगे बिकॉज दीज आर्टिकल्स डज नॉट ओनली apply to social justice but also to the economic and the political justice. We will see that. Before that, let's come to the fundamental rights. Article 14 of the Constitution talks about equality before law and equal protection of law. Now there shall be equality before law. साथ ही साथ अफर्मेटिव एक्शंस भी बहुत जरूरी हैं, रिजर्वेशंस देना भी बहुत जरूरी है. दैट इज द रीजन व्हाई इक्वल प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ लॉ इज आल्सो मेंशन्ड. द पीपल हु आर एट द सिमिलर सर्कमस्टांसेस must be treated equally, but those who are circumstanced in different circumstances shall be treated differently. ये एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट प्रिंसिपल है इक्वल प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ लॉ का. एक कैटेगराइजेशन होना चाहिए कि भाई जो लोग बैकवर्ड हैं उनको बाहर उस बैकवर्डनेस से निकालने के लिए, उनको मेन स्ट्रीम डेवलपमेंट में लाने के लिए, सोशल जस्टिस को मेंटेन करने के लिए, इंप्लीमेंट करने के लिए कुछ ना कुछ पॉलिसी ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट इज नीडेड. रिजर्वेशन इज वन सच पॉलिसी. अब आप देखेंगे इंडिया में कुछ स्पेसिफिक ऐसे ग्राउंड्स हैं जिनके बेस पे सोशल बैकवर्डनेस डिसाइड हो जाती है, और उन सारी बैकवर्डनेस पे अगर स्टेट किसी भी तरह का डिस्क्रिमिनेशन करता है तो संविधान में एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट आर्टिकल दिया हुआ है, आर्टिकल 15 ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, विच टॉक्स अबाउट प्रोहिबिशन ऑफ डिस्क्रिमिनेशन ऑन सेवरल ग्राउंड्स. एंड व्हाट आर दीज ग्राउंड्स? रिलीजन, रेस, कास्ट, सेक्स, प्लेस ऑफ बर्थ. किसी भी ग्राउंड पर स्टेट किसी भी तरह का डिस्क्रिमिनेशन नहीं कर सकता है. दिस इज आर्टिकल 15 ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. मूविंग ऑन टू द 17th वन, untouchability and abolition of untouchability. If it is practiced, it shall be a punishable offense. ये सारी चीजें सोशल जस्टिस को इंप्लीमेंट कर रही हैं. तो सोशल जस्टिस सिर्फ प्रियम्बल में लिख नहीं दिया गया है, उसके प्रोविजंस आपको कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में दिखते हैं. अब आप देखिए, फंडामेंटल ड्यूटी में भी ब्रदरहुड की बात की गई है. ब्रदरहुड कब आएगा? ब्रदरहुड, यूनिटी, इंटीग्रिटी ऑफ द नेशन, ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर सोशल जस्टिस. और ब्रदरहुड उसी समय आएगा जब आप इनइक्वालिटी को हटा देंगे, जब आप डिस्क्रिमिनेशन नहीं करेंगे, जब आप अफर्मेटिव एक्शन के द्वारा बैकवर्ड सेक्शन ऑफ द सोसाइटी को मेन स्ट्रीम में लेकर आएंगे. नाउ 73rd एंड 74th अमेंडमेंट एक्ट, आपने देखा होगा कुछ ऐसे इलाके हैं जो बहुत ज़्यादा पिछड़े हैं भारत में, और वहाँ पर सामाजिक व्यवस्था वही है जो बहुत पहले से चलती आ रही है. There is huge level of discrimination towards the backward societies of the country. That is the reason why the municipalities and the panchayat have to make plans, have to implement these directive principles where they can establish a social order which is more egalitarian in nature, where they can make provisions for the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and other backward classes of the country. The economical and the educational benefit of such classes are very much required and it should be included in the plan made by the 73rd and 74th amendment. On the similar line, something was said by the Supreme Court. Supreme Court says that in order to establish social justice, equality is very much needed. Equality and social justice in a way are complementary to each other. One cannot exist without the another. अगर आपके देश में इक्वालिटी नहीं है तो आप अपने देश में किस तरह से सोशल जस्टिस को इंप्लीमेंट कर पाएंगे. सो इक्वालिटी अगेन इज अ कॉर्नर स्टोन. इट्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट विद इन सोशल जस्टिस. बिना इक्वालिटी के सोशल जस्टिस नहीं आता. नाउ मूविंग ऑन टू द अदर वन, इकोनॉमिक जस्टिस. इकोनॉमिक जस्टिस आप कैसे करेंगे? अगेन इट इज मेंशन्ड इन प्रीएम्बल. एक्सप्लिसिट गोल है. अगर आप कहीं पे कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ वेल्थ देख रहे हैं, अगर आप देख रहे हैं द प्रोडक्शन and the resources are concentrated in few hands, बाकी majority of the people are there on the government dole, means the government is providing for their sustenance. Opportunities are very less and are only limited to few people. That simply means inequality in access to opportunity. Education is not there and many more things are not there which directly impacts the social, the economic justice in the country. इकोनॉमिक जस्टिस का मतलब है कि हर एक इंसान के पास अपॉर्चुनिटी होना चाहिए इकोनॉमिकली ग्रो करने की. कुछ मटेरियल रिसोर्सेज ऑफ द कंट्री है, दे शुड ऑल्सो बी डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड इन सच अ मैनर दैट इट इज इगलिटेरियन इन नेचर. तो दोस्तों, जब तक ये इंप्लीमेंट नहीं होता है इकोनॉमिक जस्टिस नहीं आ पाएगा. आप देखिए फिर से फंडामेंटल राइट्स को अगर देखें तो भाई जो गवर्नमेंट के अंदर किसी भी प्रकार के एम्प्लॉयमेंट दिए जाते हैं, सिंस द गवर्नमेंट इज द मॉडल एम्प्लॉयर, देयर शैल नॉट बी एनी डिस्क्रिमिनेशन ऑन सेवरल ग्राउंड्स, रिलीजन, रेस, कास्ट, सेक्स, ओरिजिन. सो आर्टिकल 16 of the constitution reflects economic justice in one or the other way, isn't it? Moving on to directive principle, again 38, it's a very important thing. You will see this article everywhere. In social justice, in economic justice, in political justice. In order to implement these justice, a social order has to be made. And this social order must be welfareistic in nature and removal of inequality is required. That is what is said by Article 38. Similarly, 46, for the economic and educational benefit of the backward sections, especially the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribe and the OBC, reforms have to be brought by the government. Now, one more article is added here, Article 39B, 39C. This talks about distribution of the material resources of the country. The material resources of the country must be distributed in such a manner that it is more equitable in nature. The concentration of wealth does not happen, and the resources and the modes of production are concentrated in few hands, but equally distributed. So these are directive principles. The 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act added the word socialist, and when it added the word socialist, it also hinted towards one of the economic ideology which the Indian politicians were trying to figure out or follow from a very long period of time. अब इसमें बहुत कुछ इंक्लूड हो जाता है, वेलफेयर ऑफ लेबर्स हो जाता है, वेलफेयर ऑफ वर्कर्स हो जाता है, इंक्लूजन ऑफ वर्कर्स एंड लेबर्स इन द एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन हो जाता है, बहुत कुछ, मिनिमम वेज का कॉन्सेप्ट आ जाता है. उसके बाद द राइट्स ऑफ द लेबर्स एंड द वर्कर्स, उनका एक बहुत बड़ा कॉज है, दैट इज ऑल्सो इंक्लूडेड, एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर मेंटेनिंग इकोनॉमिक जस्टिस इन द कंट्री. Moving forward, panchayats and local urban bodies, the planning which is done, see, unfortunately the local bodies, the panchayats and the municipalities, they do not have their own economic resources, and to a great extent they are dependent on the state governments and the grants coming from the central government. They have to make plan in such a manner that they become self-sufficient, self-autonomous. Economy of the local level is paramount for human development in this country. The economic decentralization is very much required, and it has been done by the 14th Finance Commission, the 15th Finance Commission, where the amount of total proceed of the center to be given to the state, the percentage is increased from 32 to 42, and it was brought down from 42 to 41 because the Jammu and Kashmir state was no more a state but a union territory. But still, that is very much important provision. Now, political democracy is meaningless without economic democracy. That is what is said by the Supreme Court of the country. That if you want to have a political democracy, established, stable political democracy in the country, you need to have economic democracy also. आप सोच कर देखिए, अगर लोगों के पास employment नहीं है, अगर लोगों के पास खाने को नहीं है, न्यूट्रिशन नहीं है, what will happen? They will come out on road. It will be a great, blow to the political democracy in the country. And things have happened in the past. We have seen in other countries, governments have been changed, revolts have been done. Why? Because economic justice was missing. People were not getting employment. People were not having resources so that they can live their life in a nice manner. So it's very important. If you do not have economic justice in the country, somewhere the political stability or the political democracy will be sacrificed. Moving forward, political justice. Now what is this? Now if you understand, this is the formal step. The political equality was provided to the Indians right in the beginning. At the commencement of the constitution, with the stroke of a single pen, political equality was given. It's a formal step towards equality. The substantial or effective equality will come when there is social and economic equality in the country. So social justice, establishment of economic justice, those are the substantial things. The formal first step is the political justice, and political justice to a great extent is very much protected by the Election Commission of India, and at the same time people also understand their role and election happen in the country in a nice way. So political justice is to a great extent implemented. We really need to work upon the social justice and the economic justice in the country. Now, it is also written in the preamble, India is also a democratic country. It's a republic where the head of the state is elected. There is no monarchy here. Okay. Now moving forward, fundamental rights. If you see what happens here in fundamental rights, Article 16 of the Constitution talks about it. Article 19 to 22 of the Constitution talks about it. अगर आप Article 19 को ध्यान से देखें, so many freedoms are given. Freedom of speech and expression, assembly, association, movement, settlement, any kind of job you want to do. All of them relates to the political justice in the country. You can form association. That simply means you can also form the political parties. You can form political association also means you can form civil societies. which are very much a pressure group against the establishment. You can assemble anywhere. That simply means if you want to come out on the road peacefully against any decision made by the government, you are allowed to do so, isn't it? So all those things are mentioned in the fundamental rights, Article 19 of the Constitution and other articles. Moving on here, directive principle of state policy. Again, 38, there shall be a social order which is welfaristic in nature, and at the same time the inequality must be abolished. Now, in a political sense, if you see, the people belonging to the scheduled castes, scheduled tribes and the other backward classes, which were considered and are considered to be the backward sections of the society socially, there are people who are poor. They may belong to the general category, they may belong to the influential caste, but they may be poor. So all these different sections of the society, equality needs to be maintained. But when you talk of the political equality that was given initially, right at the beginning, the vote given by a person belonging to the backward sections of the society and the vote given by person belonging to the influential sections of the society, the value of both those votes are same. एक बहुत अमीर व्यक्ति अगर कोई अपना वोट डाल रहा है और बहुत गरीब व्यक्ति अपना कोई वोट डाल रहा है, वैल्यू ऑफ बोथ द वोट्स आर आल्सो सेम. सो पॉलिटिकल इक्वालिटी तो मेंटेन कर ली, पॉलिटिकल इक्वालिटी became the first step. Now the substantial equality or substantial and effective justice through establishment of economic and social justice is needed in the country. Article 38 is very important for that. Moving forward, voters right to know the candidates criminal and financial background. Supreme Court ने कई बार बोला है, Representation of People Act के अंदर भी है, that a declaration has to be made by the candidate who is fighting an election about their criminal background, about their financial background. तभी तो लोगों को एक तरह से पता चलेगा कि भाई ये व्यक्ति जिसको हम वोट देने जा रहे हैं या जो चुनाव में खड़ा हुआ है, उसका बैकग्राउंड क्या है, क्या उसको वोट देने चाहिए या नहीं देने चाहिए. अगर कोई क्रिमिनल टेंडेंसी का है और आप उसको वोट दे दें और आपको बाद में पता चले कि इसके ऊपर तो कई केसेस चल रहे थे, then that's a sort of cheating. That is the reason why Supreme Court has emphasized upon this thing, that the voters' right to know a candidate and the criminal and the financial background is very much important to curb criminalization of politics. Again, Article 326 आप देखिए, adult suffrage, universal adult suffrage, that simply means anybody who is above the age of 18 and is the citizen of India is eligible to give votes. It's a very important provision, it's a very important article of the Indian Constitution which establishes political justice in the country. Independent judiciary and rule of law. Article 14 के through rule of law आता है. Rule of law is abiding by the rules which are made. Law abiding society होना ज़रूरी है और उसके लिए independent judiciary भी बहुत ज़रूरी है कि कई बार अगर state अपनी सीमाएं लांघे, एग्जीक्यूटिव या लेजिस्लेचर इस तरह के लॉ रूल्स रेगुलेशन बनाए या उसको इंप्लीमेंट करे विच आर अगेंस्ट द फंडामेंटल राइट्स ऑफ द पीपल, देन द इंडिपेंडेंट जुडिशरी इज वेरी मच इंपॉर्टेंट विच कम्स टू सेव द पॉलिटिकल जस्टिस इन द कंट्री. सो दोस्तों, ये सब बातें थी रिलेटेड विद द justice, social, economic and political, which is mentioned in the Indian preamble. Thank you very much for joining me in this video. I will meet you in the next video with a very important topic again. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.